Hello, everyone. I just wanted to give you a quick heads up here. Sorry about this. This is a little bit awkward. I'm a little bit nervous today. Uh, Unfortunately, I'm here in the Dominican Republic. Not unfortunately, but I did get to the Dominican Republic. But right now, they are, of course, doing maintenance work on my Airbnb, which forces me to change my setup. So this right here is a little bit different. So please forgive me if it's a bit awkward for me, but just having to be outside, enjoying this nice, beautiful day with the background behind me. But hey, appreciate it. Hey, Sonia, nice to see you. That's right, living the best life. So right now, I just wanted to, well, sit back and just have sort of an office hour. I mean, we can kind of talk about lots of different things. I know I got not a compliment, but a request to go over converting people to SaaS clients, and that that's something that unless you have that system set up, you really can't you really can't demonstrate it. So I'm not going to be able to do that, but I can definitely show you where it is. Hey, Sean, good to see you. Great that the chat's working here. Can you guys let me know? This is a different setup. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my high level dashboard? Uh, Sonia, Sean, can you comment on that to see if you guys can do that? And sorry if the volume is a little bit low. I'm trying to talk up a little bit because I got my AirPods in right now. Again, don't really have my normal speaker microphone set up because I'm not in my sort of office setup here. But cool. Okay, great. Stan, thanks so much. Appreciate that. Sonia, yes. Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, right now I know you. Let me kind of go over and show you some stuff here, but just drop your questions in the comment here. I don't know how long this session is going to last right now, but right now I'm in a demo account here. So what I'd like to do is just kind of switch over to agency view. Right now, if you've got your client set up, and let's just say you're starting at the starter plan or you're starting at the unlimited plan, both of those have the ability to upgrade to the Agency Pro. And once you get to Agency Pro, then you can start using the SaaS configurator, SaaS plans, and things like that to start selling your services and doing all your automations and your rebilling and all that other kind of cool stuff. So right now, when you do set your account up inside of those two starter unlimited plan, they kind of get set up as they don't use the term anymore because they've changed the interface. High level did, but they typically call them regular accounts. Now I think they're just like non-SaaS accounts is what they probably call them. But in the beginning, they were just like regular accounts and then SaaS accounts. So right now, that's kind of what the issue is you anybody that's on a SaaS plan or SaaS account, you're charging them, rebilling them every single month. So if you're setting up your own business as a sub account inside of High Level, it doesn't make sense, for you to bill yourself. So your account pretty much is not going to be set up under a SaaS plan because you don't want to have to sit back and pay yourself money and go through all that other kind of process. You just want to use the software. So and that's kind of what the regular accounts are here for. So anyway, if you wanted to upgrade somebody, right now I don't really again have a good example for this, but I'm going to come down to just these are all my snapshot accounts. Let's see, I'm come to this one here. So this is a cool demo account that I've used from time to time. So if you come under your agency view, go underneath your sub accounts, and then you go to SaaS. You can sit back here and enable SaaS mode. So this right here is where they're not a SaaS account, like you've upgraded. Let's just say you're the starter plan, you have your own business, and you've got two sub accounts running now, and you're at your limit. You can't do any more without upgrading. And of course, you follow my best practice of just upgrading to Agency Pro because there's so many other advantages to doing that, and you don't have to do a double move by going to Unlimited, then the Agency Pro again. So right now, you just want to simply turn on this, and then once you do this, you can sit back and just share this link. And right now, if you want to look at this, if you can, like, I don't want to convert this to SaaS right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Let's just see here. I guess I can't really. One of the limitations, I can't. I'm only sharing a particular tab here because this is a new setup, so I can't show you that. But anyway, you would just share this link. I'm sure that would take them in there and help them set up their billing for the plan that you're looking for. And again, it looks like request via email, SMS type of setup. So right now, let me just see if I can copy link and continue convert to SaaS. Let me see what happens here. I hope I don't mess myself up here. So right now you see here we got the SaaS plans. So we've got this right here set up, and you can choose kind of whichever plan you're looking for to set them up on, whether it be yearly or whatever. So I don't want to move any further than this. I don't want to mess up my own account here, but this is kind of the process that you would go through down toward adding them to a SaaS account and then getting their billing set up and stuff like that. So right now well, hopefully I can turn this stuff off. I'll deal with this later, but yeah, um, you see it's already kind of turned this stuff on. So I hope I didn't mess the plan up, but oh well, it is what it is. But awesome. And just take a look here at some of the messages. You guys have any other questions? I know that came across that about how to upgrade somebody. Sonia's like all my funnels and my snapshot, my Stripe is all set up. We're the best. What's the best way to test everything without me actually paying? Well, that's actually an easy one, Sonia. You just kind of put your funnel in test mode and go through the process and set it up. All the automations and everything else should still work, but it's just all you do is just come down and put your funnel into test mode. And let's see if I have a test funnel here. I can demo this. Let's see. A free plus shipping book offer. This is one that has an order form on it. So if you just come in here inside of your funnel, go to settings, just turn on test mode. Right now you see test mode is when in payment mode, that goes to live, that goes to test. So if it's in test mode, then you can use assuming you're using Stripe, you can use the fake Stripe credit card number to make the payment. And let me just see. I know I was cleaning up this account and removing some products and stuff like that. So yeah, there's no products available for this. But this is anyway, this is an example I built regarding time. But when you come in here to your card, all you're going to be doing is just doing 4242 4242. It's just the number 42 all the way across. So that is the Stripe default number. The expiration, just make sure it's a date in the future. It doesn't really matter. And then you can enter any codes you want for the security code. So right now, as soon as you do that, you can then put in your email, go through and complete your order. It'll complete it, it'll finalize it, but it just won't actually go through a sale process. And again, please keep in mind that whenever you want to go live, Sonia, you will need to switch. You will need to switch back over to the to live mode. Otherwise, people the stuff isn't going to keep working. And I did forget, when it's in test mode like this, I don't believe the sale trigger fires inside of workflows. So be careful about that. You might want to test that, but something tells me if I remember right, if you have a trigger where it says, on sale or on purchase in funnel, then, go ahead and do this. That won't fire if it's in test mode. It just allows you to test your funnel, go down through the steps and things like that, and make sure your funnel is working right. That either, goes to your upsell or your downsell or whatever you want to do. But that's cool. But right now, I wanted to, see if anybody else had any other questions. Again, this is your time as members to pop out and just anything you're looking to work on here. Anybody having agency, starting up, I guess having problems, getting agency, doing prospecting. Anybody looking to, haven't built their agency yet, they're still working on it. Like, what are you working on? And Stan, anyway, if I didn't say hi, hi to you, Stan. But right now, well, I'll just kind of talk about myself, to be honest here. This is kind of interesting here. One of the things I got here to the Dominican Republic yesterday, and long travel day here. Traveling, obviously, for those people that have done it before, can be a little bit stressful. But as you begin moving from place to place, hey, Patrick, from Malaysia, yeah, I haven't been over there yet. My goal is to kind of stay over on this side of the world for a little bit, maybe till the end of the year. I'm looking to pick up and become fluent in Espanol. So that way, whenever I move and go overseas, I'm probably planning on staying overseas for a while because that trip back and forth kind of sucks. It's like a whole day trip if you've never been over there and back. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at a full 24 hours flight, layovers, airports, and time changes and everything else here. So when I go overseas again, I'll be looking to stay over there. But I was told that if you understand and you speak Spanish fluently, that picking up Italian is fairly easily. And that's another thing on my to-do list is to pick up and speak some Italiano. So, hey, Patrick, are you actually in Malaysia now? Just curious. He says you're from Malaysia. I just didn't know if you're actually there now. But guys, I mean, right now, I don't really have anything for you here. I mean, this is just pretty much an open hours here. But I know some of you guys are working on just building out your products. Sonia, I hope everything's going well with yours. And I know it's been taking a little bit of time to get that updated, but there are a lot of things that you need to get done when you're building out your funnels and everything. I mean, people don't realize that, but building out your pages, you're importing all of your products in there, getting your products configured. First of all, inside of the sub account, because you have to pull those products from Stripe into that particular sub account. Then once they're in the sub account, then you have to sit back and add them to your add them to your payment options. And by the way, guys, I did actually I will share this with you here because I ran across this actually here this last week with high level support is inside of your SaaS plans, whenever you're looking to sell SaaS plans, high level creates a monthly and a yearly opportunity inside of the SaaS configurator. So you can sell monthly and yearly. Well, selling monthly and yearly is fine. I mean, monthly is probably going to be the preferred, but one of the problems that I did face, and high level says that they can't fix it, which I don't know. This is just what some of the support people said is inside of the funnel, whenever they go to the order page, they have to choose a particular product. Now, on that particular funnel, you have to set up the products on that funnel page in order for the order form to understand what products you're selling and then display those products on the order form. Now, the problem with that is when the order form displays those products, it displays it with a checkbox and not a radio button. Now, some of you may understand what that means, but if you have a checkbox, it means you can check both the monthly and the yearly option. Radio buttons mean you can select one or the other. And my option was I wanted to have the radio buttons because I didn't want somebody to be foolish and click one and click the other. And then what would happen, especially like if you're offering a free trial, is you'll have a free trial, which again, if you have a free trial, they'll be charged zero on the order form, by the way. That's how that works. Right, but it automatically understands that. It understands in the SaaS configurator that you have a 14-day, whatever trial you have. So it will not bill their credit card until that trial period is over. And then, of course, if you have the ability inside of the SaaS configurator, you can check the box that gives the client the option to cancel that subscription before the trial is over, which again, I don't know why you wouldn't, but I would just simply do that because that way they don't have to contact you. They don't have to call you in case somebody waits to the last minute and tries to cancel and then their credit card gets billed. And then you have to you have to give them their money back and all the other kinds of stuff. That just sucks. So going back to my point here, you have checkboxes on the order forms instead of radio buttons. And high level says that you can't fix that. That's just the way the order form is. So let's just take a look here. Signing in, looking at finishing up my sales page, running ads, interested in whether or not I use the ads manager or just stay in FB. Do you have any experience with the? No, Sonia, sorry, I don't have any experience with the ads manager. I do know that it's an extra cost to that, and I really can't help you understand the benefit of that versus just running ads inside of the Facebook ad manager. And it depends. I mean, if you're not running a whole lot of ads, specifically, I think I would think the ads manager is really here for people who run multiple ads for different clients to kind of pull stuff together. It's what I'm assuming. That would be the benefit of doing all that instead of having to log into all these different accounts, even though I know you could do that with the business suite. But anyway, if you're just running ads for yourself, it's probably just as easy to do it without having any extra stuff. Just use the ads manager. Patrick, yes, 11 p.m. Well, thanks, Patrick, for tuning in. That's might be a night owl, but thank you. Let's see, Stan, building an agency to sell AI employee and local CRM product. Any video suggestions on marketing? video suggestions on marketing. Not really. Right now, I mean, I think AI employee and reputation management are what I see two of the biggest opportunity types inside of high level, because you're not limited by any niche market with either one of those. I mean, for the most part, anybody that needs to have the phones answered and needs to have people on their website replied to and online bookings accomplished can use AI employee. And right now, just my thought on this one is that if you're going to build an AI agency, incorporate just the full unlimited AI plan. Now, if you guys need to, I think I can't remember. I created a video. It's not out yet. I think it might be out. It'll be out either Friday or next week. But it's actually called the what did I call that? Uh, it's like the AI employee calculator. And a lot of people, seem to have questions about, when should I go to the unlimited plan, or when I should keep people at just the pay as you go plan? Well, that has a couple of different factors to it, making that decision. So I created sort of a spreadsheet that allows you to sit back and figure out what their cost is based upon certain parameters of how many emails, text messages, and things like that they're sending out, if they're using these particular services, and whether or not you have SaaS configurator, the pro doing rebilling or not. So there's a couple different factors with that, but check out that video. That's going to help you, if you don't understand that, at least know uh, how to do that AI employee. But again, people are going to be using this. They're going to be having phone calls, and they're going to be running over at some particular point. So you might as well just put them on the uh, the unlimited plan. Inside of high level, this is another thing that they have done that you might have seen in another video, but I will show you here inside of the SaaS configurator. Let me see, where is this? So first of all, right here, if you take a look, forgive me, I'm not sure if I blew this up. Allow sub-account admins to cancel their subscription. Turn that on. If they want to cancel, let them cancel. Sometimes if you don't have that on there, then they have to call you or email you, and they might have to give you a 30-day notice and stuff like that. But if you want to deal with that, go for it. Right now, if they have an account and you're on a trial, allow them to cancel it, because if they don't want it, you know, it's just it's not worth your time to sit back and deal with it. But anyway, I turned that particular feature on, and right now inside of plans and pricing, where was I going with that? Hmm, Lost my train of thought there. I was going to come in the SaaS configurator. I was going to come into edit details here. What was I looking at here? Oh, the add-ons. Sorry, that's where I was going. So right now, part of the add-ons, this is a new tab inside of the SaaS configurator. So now all of these things, if you wanted to, you can include those as part of your package. Now, technically, it was available here under reselling. So if you went over to reselling and you wanted to, actually, you have to go to a sub account, and then you'd have to come into the sub account, and then you'd have to come into the not rebilling, reselling. And then here you can actually check this little box that says, enable this. This is a part of the plan. And then basically you could pay for it. So this is kind of the option, if you look right here, of including it as part of their plan. Well, now you don't need to do that anymore. You can actually incorporate some of the stuff inside of some of the features inside of the SaaS configurator. But some of the other ones, like this workflow plan, for instance, is not included in the SaaS configurator, but they have included some of these add-on tabs. So if you wanted to, you can click AI employee, and now you get unlimited AI employee as a result of that. And you get charged for that. You'll get charged $97 from high level, but now it's incorporated in your cost of your plan. So you can mark it up, you can do whatever. And now you don't have to worry about like a per price cost of at least the AI employee. But keep in mind, there is still going to be costs with text, email, phone calls, things like that. Twilio, all those other services, there are still charges for those. But at least this is pretty cool, because now you can include these things inside of your package and just package it all as part of your SaaS pricing plan. So let me go back here. Got some more questions coming in here. So just back to Stan about that one. Sorry, I know I went on a rant. But as far as AI employee, just right now, just anybody that, especially the people that are in the lower to mid market, could probably use this a lot, because right now, when you're dealing with AI employee, really what you're doing is you're creating a virtual receptionist. for them. A virtual employee is, if you want to target that or start marketing that, you're creating with them. They have a virtual employee that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to answer their phones. Oh, and by the way, in case you guys didn't know this, I just saw this on one of the updates from Highlevel that now the voice AI has appointment setting capabilities. So I think that might be coming out in labs soon, but it will be here very soon. But now they've included inside of the voice AI feature, they've included a way to do appointment booking. And I'm sure I'll create a video on that one when it comes out a little bit more. But that's pretty cool because that is what people have been waiting for. Because right now, conversation AI, dealing with the chat widgets and stuff like that, that was the only AI tool that can actually be connected to a calendar. So it's pretty cool that they're going to be doing that with voice AI now. So you can do it directly over a phone call. So that's awesome. Now, there was a workaround. You can have voice AI transferred over to conversation AI, but that took a little bit of work and kind of clunky. But anyway, just sell AI employee as a virtual receptionist, virtual employee working your business. Now, if you're selling that for, I'm just throwing it out there, 297, 397, 497 or more, how much is an employee worth? How much is not losing customers worth? How much is getting that customer that would have left to now book an appointment? Now, I keep getting this a lot, and I want to bring this up on the live, is a lot of people still keep going back to wanting to use missed call text back. Missed call text back, again, I'm not trying to put it down. I don't know this for a fact. There's nothing that's been released. My feelings are missed call text back will eventually become an outdated component of Highlevel because the one problem that missed call text back had, it was great because it kept the conversation open with the customer. And because the missed call text back work, you can use conversation AI to, if you're using AI to kind of handle that. Because again, whenever missed call text back, it sends a text back to them. And then of course, when they text you back, now you can have conversation AI monitoring the SMS channel on that to respond back. But typically, if you're not using AI, the missed call text back feature still requires that somebody answer the message. And if they're too busy, then they're still not going to be able to respond to it, even with missed call text back. So this is where implementing an AI solution, Stan, like you were saying, the voice AI, the conversation AI, these things are going to sit back and allow these people to sit back and book appointments with not having to somebody necessarily being in the office. Or if somebody is in the office, now they can make that office receptionist person more efficient. And why can they make it more efficient? Because basically the voice AI can now answer all of those basic, dumb, kind of repetitive calls, Q&As, and things like that that people call in about just to book an appointment. And now the person in the office can be working on invoicing. They can be working on billing. If you're dealing with service-based companies, they can be working on pulling permits. They could be working on closing permits. They could be working on other things inside of their business that add value that always seem to get pushed to the side because the phone keeps ringing and they always have to answer the phone. So that's just kind of some feedback on that one. I'm going to go back and go through here again. My niche is coaching directory. I am using the AI Unlimited plan. It's using social planning built and recommended. I've been using it for over a month and not getting much feedback. Okay. Well, Sean, let me just see about this. Well, I mean, Sean, I'm going to have to ask this is like when you're saying you're using social planning built in, is it recommended? With this, I guess I want to make sure your niche is coaching. So um, I don't know if you saw this, but I did come out with just some ideas for people to utilize Highlevel on Monday. It was a coaching, specifically targeting coaching of how you can start targeting them. I don't know if you saw that or not, but that would be a good one. But I guess I don't quite understand when you say social planning built in, recommended. I've been using it for over a month and not getting much feedback. Feedback from who, Sean? Exactly. Are you getting feedback from the coaches? I don't know. Sometimes if they're not using social media or if they already have their system set up, they may not find that useful. So again, I'm not sure about that, but let's Patrick, can you share a bit about GHL's reliability when deployed and what's the best way to prevent big glitches or breakdowns that may cause issues with clients? Nope. That's one of the problems, Stan, about using a third-party piece of software like Highlevel. And it's no different than using Microsoft. It's no different than using Google. I mean, right now it's all based upon the infrastructure and the backbone they build their network and their servers on. So if that's unreliable, the service is going to be unreliable, which is why Highlevel has been looking to scale and upgrade to keep the uptime reliability up. But bottom line is like when Highlevel has a problem, which I know that they do at certain times, especially when it comes around summit time, because when summit, typically in October, hundreds of new features get released. Things start getting buggy. At least for the last couple of years, that's what I've noticed. When they implement stuff, like when they implemented AI and they implemented a bunch of stuff in this last summit, a lot of things broke. Some of the workflows broke. Things like that were not working, and it was very frustrating for people. So you just really have to depend upon Highlevel and their company and their team to keep the system up. Uh, Patrick, is there an error log or anything similar? Haven't seen many videos on troubleshooting bugs. Does it all quite smoothly in general? Well, I need to have a little bit more information. There are, I believe, some error message errors that you can get into, but as far as error logs, really support has to get into that on the back end. I don't know of any like detailed, just cryptic log generations that you can go into. Typically, they do give you information in the messages inside of like the conversations area or even the workflow executions. If something fails or something, you can look through the workflow execution of each step and then look at the details to see what's going on. But other than that, that's about all I can tell you on that. Sonia, also my client just texted me about signing up. He signed up but didn't get an email for login details. I thought he would get an email. Any thought on what I missed? Well, Sonia, on that one here, it's just first of all, need a little bit more information. So when this is signing up, I'm assuming he's signing up to a funnel. And if they signed up, or is he signing up using, to your community? And the reason I'm asking this, guys, is just if you're signing up through a funnel, there is no automatic email that gets sent out through Highlevel when somebody purchases something through your funnel. You have to create a workflow. You have to trigger for an on-sale event that happens. Once the on-sale event happens, then you have to have a workflow that says email. Yeah, and you can have a template already set up, but just email this template whenever somebody buys something that maybe gives them login instructions and things like that. So if that's what you're talking about, Sonia, then I would simply look at your workflow and go into the workflow here. And I'm just going to try one of these. May not be a great one, depending upon the workflow that I pick. So if you just look at branded domain workflows, if you come up here to enrollment history, and of course there's no enrollment history, but this right here should tell you who went through your workflow and when. But then if you look at the execution logs, this right here should give you a detailed step of everybody that went through and then every step in the workflow to see what happened. So you can actually see if there's a problem, you would be able to find that particular person here on this page and the execution, see the step where it says send email out. And then over here, you can click on the logs to see what's going on of what happened. So that would be just one way to look at finding out if it came back and the email can't be verified, or if the email did go out, maybe it went into a spam. I don't know. But anyway, going back to the point, if you're doing a funnel type of thing, you have to send out your own emails. But if you're doing things like membership, selling courses, if you're having people join a community, all of those type of things are built-in functions to Highlevel, and those have their own built-in email functions that you have to configure. So for instance, if you're looking at, I don't know if I have anything under memberships here, but if you come under courses, settings, and they've been moving this. So let me see if this is where it is here. Yeah, if you come under like email settings. So here you can set your sign up email. So send a welcome email. Here's the default template that you can pick. Drip email, all these different kinds of events that happen. You can set the template here. Or if you want to, you can come down and just choose any of the other email templates you want. This is something, again, that's pre-programmed inside of Highlevel. You really can't change this. These are just things that happen. You can just uncheck it whether or not you want the email to go out. So, and then I think the portal has some other setting. I think these are the client portal settings. So, but anyway, that's kind of where you would do that, where the emails will go out depending upon if they log in or they bought a course and things like that, they could get the emails from there as well. So again, not sure exactly where you're coming from, Sonia, but sorry about that. Um, Sonia, how can I resend his login details? Um, well, I mean, one easy way to resend the login details is just, well, first of all, you need to make sure that your emails are set up correctly. So I'm trying to think about this. Sonia, I know you were looking at uh, building a funnel and then having people sign into your SaaS product. Now, the SaaS product is a different area. I was just covering the community, the portals, the products, the offers, and things like that. But if you come into SaaS Configurator, and where is it? Nope. Yeah, if you come in here and you send a welcome email here, then this is where you can customize your welcome email into SaaS plan. So if they bought a SaaS plan and they bought it and it's automated through the funnel, they should get this email template, okay, for it. And you can customize it or view it. But this right here is the email that they're going to get. Now, how can you send it to them again? Just send them an email and choose that template. If that's what you want to, go into your particular sub account, choose the contact, and then go down and choose the this, because this SaaS plan, if you cut, let me see. Uh, Now, I know when you initially set this up, you have to choose a location for this. So, like new SaaS client email, you have to pick a sub account where this email is housed, and I forgot where I did that at. But again, if you're looking to send it out again, just resend this particular email template. It's just called new SaaS client email. If you take a look at it, you should be a template like that inside of your system or whatever yours is called. You can just go into contacts, click on that particular person, and send an email with that template again if you want to. Okay, Stan, cool, thanks. Good info. Any ideas on pricing for AI employee? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be going pricing for AI employee, if you're going to be going uh, full AI employee unlimited plan, I really wouldn't start anything less than 397. That would be like bottom of the line, like low level plan from that particular point. And then from there, if they want to include some other services, you can charge them more, because I mean, you're going to be charged at least $97 for the unlimited plan. So that means your 397 is really 300, and now, or whatever you want to call it. But now 300 is, how much? Again, are you rebilling them? Are you giving them any credits for monthly usage? Let's just say you're giving them $10 credit in your SaaS plan for, so now you're at, like, let's just say 290 for that. So at 290, that's your repetitive, part of your monthly recurring revenue is at 290. Now you have to sit back and figure out, is that really worth it for everything that you end up doing? So initially, some people, you could actually even have a setup charge, and some of this really depends upon if you have to customize the AI employee or not. So typically, this is where in some of my other videos that I have, whenever you're dealing with niches, it's always nice to have at least something that you can pre-program or have ready to at least give a level of like base programming to the AI employee, and that's just having a really good FAQ list. So the a good FAQ, and it doesn't necessarily have to be something on a website. Okay, you can have a Google Doc that's an FAQ, and then share the link to that Google Doc and upload that into the link for Conversation AI or something like that to learn from. It doesn't always necessarily have to be pointing to a website. So that's another thing that people might not understand, is that part of your onboarding process is, go and let's just say you're going to copy this FAQ. You're going to go through a copy and find replace, where any place where there's a company name, you're going to insert your client's company name in there. So now the FAQ is very specific to that client customer, so that when Conversation AI replies, it'll reply back with a specific company and name, and not just a generic name or generic answer. But again, having a good FAQ is a good way to sort of at least pre-build a lot of the standard questions that you would get. And then there's probably going to be some form of interview process that you have with your customer, where you're going to have to ask them, what are some of your common questions here? And this is going to be just picking their brains. What normally do you get? Because sometimes, obviously, if you're in different areas or different geographic regions, those questions and answers could be different. So if you're living in a dry area like Arizona, you might get different calls. You might get calls over dirt, dust, and stuff like that. Or if you're in Seattle, you don't have that problem. You see what I mean? You might have a problem with moisture or things like that since there's so much rain in Seattle. So you definitely would want to interview your person to make sure you at least understand their business, understand the typical questions they get, and then take those specific questions and either put it into the Q&A before you program the AI bot, or simply add the Q&A inside of the conversation AI so that it understands what's going on and be able to sit back and respond correctly to the customer's requests. But that's really it. I mean, if you just think about it, you're just creating with AI employee, you're creating a virtual employee for the person that works on the phones and also works on the websites as well. Okay, Stan, yeah, agree on this call, text back, AI is better. Yeah, I think that's going to be going away. I mean, I really do. That's just my personal voice AI is going to take over. The unlimited plan is just so reasonable for that one. I mean, I think if you even look at it, uh, I'm going to just do a quick. I got my phone here. I'm going to do a quick math real quick. It's 13 cents a minute, and again, this is just for AI. So if you're 97 bucks a month, you divide that by 0.13. That means that's 746.15 minutes. So let's just call it 746 minutes of talk time for the $97 that you get. Now that's per minute. Let's just assume an average phone call is 5 minutes. That means you can have 100, let's just call it 150 phone calls per month. So if you think about it, if the client gets 150 phone calls per month, then that right there is automatically going to warrant upgrading to the unlimited plan, because they're going to burn through more minutes on just a standard. This is just voice AI, by the way. This isn't even dealing with reviews AI, conversation AI, or anything like that. Okay. And the cool part about that is that if they have the unlimited plan with AI employee, you can easily bolt. Remember, I told you reputation management? You can bolt that service on as well for throw an additional 150 $200 on top of that, because again, the reviews AI is automatically included inside of the AI employee, so they don't have to pay any more extra money for responding to the reviews. And again, once you set them up for just their upfront automations as far as responding to their customers, a nurture sequence to follow up, and sending them to the Google review link, that's just an easy bolt on. So that's why I think those two services are really great services to offer a great number of just businesses, because all the businesses can use both of those, as far as I'm concerned. Now, when you start getting into like really larger companies that have enough employees and whatever, then they can probably use something like on the website chat. They could probably definitely use that. But the voice calls, that they probably end up taking their own voice calls for that one. They probably have employees to handle that. So Sean's asking, and is this chat bot supposed to email me as I missed a few messages but not available online in the conversations tab? So I guess the chat bot itself is it's not unless you program it. So right now, that's one of the things that if you want if somebody goes and actually goes and submits a chat on the chat bot, assuming this is just a standard SMS email chat bot, whenever that comes across, that information will go into Highlevel, but it will just show up on the conversations tab as a conversation. There will be no other notifications that you have. Now, again, if it's in the conversations tab and you have the mobile app, you will pop up and there'll be that little button that just shows you that you have a message. But quite frankly, here, there's been a problem with my app for a long time, because every time I typically open up my app, of course, right now I made a fool of me but typically my app has hundreds of unread messages in it. That was always a problem. Like I've read all the messages, but it's still displayed hundreds. I think it got up to like 1,600 at one point, the number across there of unread messages, and that wasn't true. So, but anyway, the mobile app should give you a pop-up message for the conversation if somebody communicates with web chat to you. But typically, if you want if you want to know anything else more expediently, if you're not looking around there, then just set up a workflow where the customer replied trigger, and then fill that out. And then from there, you can simply just add an internal notification for an email. And then inside of the email, you can put in the customer's name, the message, things like that, and have it delivered directly to your email. This is another communications. But Okay, Sonia. Okay, cool. That's what you missed. It wasn't for courses. Awesome, great. So the SaaS plan. Okay, well, great. So yeah, I mean, right now, just that email template that I showed you right there was the one that you can sit back and utilize. But awesome, guys. Well, I mean, I appreciate you guys hopping on here. I mean, I hope this is just really good interaction back and forth that you guys can just be thankful. I'm thankful that you guys remember that you guys can hop on here and just again, I'm trying to be here to be available. I will try to have at least one of these a month to do that. But real quick note, I do have to head back into the U.S. Next week to take care of some business, so there will not be a live next week. I will let you know that I'll be traveling over the course of Wednesday, so I'll make sure I post that. But no live next Wednesday. What is that? The 9th. So I will be in travel mode. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. Appreciate you hopping on there with me. And I'm going to go enjoy this beautiful Dominican Republic weather. Peace.